We're back for our MLB Best Bets here on Sunday, August 3rd. Yesterday, not a great day, so we're going to bounce back today in a big way. We've got all 30 teams playing today, actually, because the Bristol Speedway game has been postponed or suspended to today. That's no best bet for that. There's no best bet for that game today. But regardless, we've got our 5 best bets throughout the entire slate, starting with the early Roku game at 8:30 in the morning, continuing on all the way until Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN at 4 o'clock. So before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. College football is coming up in about 2 weeks, so make sure to join us for that here on the channel. Last year, we predicted every single college football game with spreads. Make sure to join us for that again this year. That's starting in 2 weeks, and the NFL comes on right after, then the NBA, then college basketball. So much stuff coming to the channel pretty soon. And on Greedo Plays MMA this week, later today on that channel, we're going to have our UFC Fight Night Dolidze versus Hernandez full card predictions. We went 10-1 on the UFC card yesterday, and we'll have our PFL Africa predictions up on the channel on Greedo Plays MMA on Monday. So make sure to join us for both those videos as we move on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB. First game, I am going with the Houston Astros to win the Sunday morning game against the Boston Red Sox. Minus 125 for Houston. We're going to be looking at a couple games today where you've got teams that have won the first 2 games of the series and they're looking for sweeps. This spot, I'm going with the team that's trying to avoid the sweep. And there's 2 different scenarios that we're going to go over, but this one makes more sense, okay? Okay. You'll understand what I'm going with in a second. This game makes more sense that the team that's lost the first 2 is going to win the 3rd game. I'll just say it now. The next game I'm picking is a team that's going to sweep. And it'll just make more sense on why they're going to sweep. The reason I'm taking the Astros to avoid the sweep is Framber Valdez, but also it's the fact that these 2 teams are really close. They are. Okay, and sure, maybe the first 2 games in the series haven't really shown that. I mean, this game yesterday wasn't all that close. Game on Friday was a 2-1 final for the Boston Red Sox. The Astros have not unlocked their offense just yet. This team has been atrocious in the last week and a half, only seeing success against the Washington Nationals because, of course, it's just what happens. But Houston has lost the first 2 games of the series at Fenway, and yesterday, right, losing 7-3. They fell behind early in the 3rd inning and really couldn't get that back, right? Good victory for Boston. However, I don't think it's as bad as it seems for the Astros. This is a team that just could not capitalize in big spots. They could not drive in runners. The Astros actually out-hit Boston yesterday. The Astros had 14 hits, and the Red Sox had 10. Again, the final score is 7-3 for Boston. I don't think it's honestly, though, on paper, as bad of a result for the Astros than it may appear. And then Friday's game, 2-1. It is what it is, right? Roman Anthony hits the walk-off single in the 10th inning to win the game for the Red Sox. The only run scored for the Astros was in the 2nd inning. It was a Christian Walker home run. But in that game as well, the Astros did out-hit Boston. And that was a game where, I believe, Hunter Brown went deep into that game, didn't get run support. It is what it is. My point being with all this with the Astros is that they are right there in this series. And sure, the results in this series so far has not shown that they are the better team, and I'm not even going to try to tell you they are better than the Boston Red Sox. They might be. I don't know. What I am going to say, though, and by the way, Boston now with a better record than the New York Yankees, what I am going to say, though, is that the Astros, not the Rockets, are going to win this game. Framber Valdez is going. And I know, right, the Red Sox beat the Astros with Hunter Brown on the mound. I get all of that. Valdez, though, has been really efficient in his last 3 starts, dating back to July 12th against the Texas Rangers. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Next start in Arizona against the D-backs, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. And his last start actually was in a loss to the Washington Nationals. Wasn't Valdez's start, though. Valdez goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run with 12 strikeouts. That was the game where Brad Lord took a perfect game into the 5th inning, and ultimately the Nationals scored 2 runs and win the game 2-1. Shout out to Cap, Riley Adams. Riley Adams should not be playing baseball every single day, but it's okay. We'll get to the Nationals in a little bit. Valdez, right, has just been extremely good. And I don't think anything changes tonight against the Boston, or this morning against the Boston Red Sox. Lucas Giolito is going to go for the Sox. He's been good recently, 3.8 ERA on the season. Last start against the Minnesota Twins, who are very poverty right now, but against Minnesota, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. However, start before that for Giolito against the Philadelphia Phillies, he only goes 4 innings, 6 hits, and 5 runs. However, in the entire month of July, Giolito was not bad, 3.41 ERA. Again, has really worked back that ERA from when it was at 6.42 at a point in June. I know the Astros bats have not been hot. However, yes, they have been hitting fairly well so far in this series. They just have not been able to take advantage of spots. And I know the Red Sox are playing extremely hot baseball right now. They've been winners in 6 out their last 7 games. But I'm telling you, it's just a different game today with Framber Valdez on the mound. The Astros are more than due to win one in Houston. Again, I'm not just saying that because they've lost the first 2 games. I'm saying that because of how they have hit so far in this series. They are right on the cusp of getting one here in Boston. And I do believe they get the 3rd game of the series. The Astros right now are playing too well to get swept. And also they get their best pitcher on the mound, arguably him or Hunter Brown, obviously. Against Giolito, it has not been bad, but right, you get the Valdez-Giolito matchup. You get the bats who haven't been performing all that poorly. They just need to come through in spots. I think everything adds up to a Houston Astros victory here on the road in Boston against the Red Sox. Give me Astros money line to kick off the morning, -120 for the Astros to win at Fenway. Let's move on to our second best bet of the video. We are going to our second money line of the day. Again, I told you earlier that this would make sense about talking about teams that are about to sweep. I am going to take the team that's trying to sweep now in the Miami Marlins. Why is this different than Houston-Boston? Well, the pitching matchup isn't, as one-sided. I don't even want to call Valdez-Giolito one-sided. It's just that you get an amazing pitcher on one side and Valdez against a good pitcher in Giolito. But again, that was a combination of how the bats are performing on each side. This game, Edward Cabrera is going for the Miami Marlins. Guys, Edward Cabrera at his best is still a very good pitcher in the major leagues. And I don't think I needed to say still, but I mean, he's been good this season. And he's been getting better as the season has gone on. Edward Cabrera started the year really poorly. Like in April, he had a 7.23 ERA, obviously coming off injury. He was pitching in AAA Jacksonville for a little bit. Since then, man, listen to the ERAs in each single month for Edward Cabrera. 2 in the month of May, 2.89 in the month of June, and 2.43 in the month of July. Yeah, Edward Cabrera is pitching well right now. 3.35 throughout the course of the season. You take away that first month, he has got a 2-point-something ERA. So no, Cabrera has been really good this season. It's just that first month was really poor for him. Luis Gil is back. Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't pitched, out with injury, obviously, so far this year. His last appearance came in the World Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the one game, obviously, in the World Series that the Yankees won, Game 4. It was a game where he went out there, threw 4 innings, gave up 5 hits and 4 runs. That's neither here or there, though. Luis Gil was a guy last year with a 3.5 ERA for the Yankees. That's all great. I don't care. I don't care. Because here's the thing. Gil's not going to go deep into this game. He's going to go 5 innings max. Again, I understand he had a good 2024, right? 3.5 ERA, top 30 in all of baseball in strikeouts, 1.19 whip. That's good stuff. It doesn't matter here. You're on the road, and the Marlins right now are hot. I've been trying to say how hot the Marlins are. Guys, this is the team of destiny this year. Okay, I'll pump the brakes a little bit. The Marlins aren't winning the World Series. Even though they're in the division, I honestly wouldn't mind that. The Marlins, I don't even think they're making the playoffs. I mean, they're still 6 out. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, it's brutal when the 3 teams in the wild card right now in the NL are Cubs, Phillies, Padres. Like, how do you even crack into that top? Oh, that's ridiculous. The Marlins are 6 out, right? We're talking about how the sky is falling for the San Francisco Giants because it 100% is. Them and the Marlins actually have the same record, pretty much, They're both 6 games out. So, yeah, like the Marlins, again, this is all fun. Are they really going to go anywhere? Probably not. But let's take them to sweep the Yankees. Why not? The Marlins have won the first 2 games here against New York. Now, Friday's game may have been one of the games of the season. And it was probably the game of the season. I know that was in the same day where Pirates-Rockies happened, and the Rockies had their 9-run comeback. It's great, but, it's Pirates-Rockies. Yes, Friday's game between the Marlins and Yankees, my goodness, 13-12 victory for Miami. Obviously, that crazy 9th inning, Marlins win the game via the walk-off. And then yesterday, a 2-0 victory for the Marlins. Who scores the only runs yesterday? Agustin Ramirez. I keep telling you how good Agustin Ramirez is. That guy is like, I don't know if I want to make a Harold Ramirez comp. Not a horrible comp, honestly. Just his swing looks like Harold Ramirez. Augustin Ramirez just launches the baseball with every single swing that he takes. He's just one of these guys who swings as hard as he possibly can. And sure, he's going to strike out a lot, but when he makes contact, that ball goes far. So yesterday, 2 home runs for Agustin Ramirez. It's ultimately what propels the Marlins to victory against the New York Yankees. Obviously, the big storyline from that game is Jazz Chisholm getting doubled up for no reason because he just wasn't paying attention or he was just out of it. I don't know. That was weird. Obviously, that is what it is. That's going to be the big story from that game. But ultimately, the Marlins win again. They win 2-0. I believe it was the first sellout at Lone Depot Park in a very long time, maybe since the World Baseball Classic was played there. Like, that sounds like a joke, but I think I'm probably right on that. And sure, that's Yankees fans for the most part. There are Marlins fans that are showing up now, but a big part of that number is just Yankees fans coming down from New York, and it's the summer, it's August, Miami, might as well make that a dual trip, obviously, with the Yankees only coming down here once every 2 seasons. But still, the Marlins are playing in front of a crowd, and they have been executing when they've been playing in front of a big crowd. I keep trying to tell you, this Marlins team is good. Xavier Edwards is having a career year. Stowers is having a career year as well. Agustin Ramirez, Otto Lopez. There are guys. Yuri Perez has a good start yesterday. I expect Edward Cabrera to have a good start today too. And Luis Gil, again, I know at Gil's best he can be really effective. First start back against a red-hot Miami Marlins team. I'm siding with the Marlins. Give me Miami at home in this spot. Marlins are plus 100. Absolutely love the spot. Don't know why they're dogs. Let's ride. Our third best bet of the video is our Washington Nationals best bet, but it also functions as our nerfie. Yep. We're going to tie them both in today because this is just the best nerfie of the day, and I have nothing else for the Nats today. No runs scored in the first inning. This is just automatic, dude. This might be one of the easiest nerfies of the season, minus 120. I know what you're thinking. The Nats have given up runs in each of the first 2 games against Milwaukee. They have. Well, guys, Brad Lord hasn't pitched yet in this series. Let's go, all right? Brad Lord is our best guy, other than Mackenzie Gore. Brad Lord should be our 8th inning pitcher, but no, we're starting him now, which is fine. It's okay. The books don't know how good Brad Lord is. And if the Nats bats are performing just a little bit better, I would go Nats plus 1.5 today because it's more than playable. But I'm not going to do it because I have a fear that the Nationals won't score today. And it's a very, very accurate fear, I'm going to be honest. But as far as the nerfie goes, the biggest fear obviously comes with the Milwaukee Brewers bats. The Brewers are 22 games over 500, playing good baseball right now. You saw yesterday, they score 4 runs or 3 runs in the first inning off of Jake Irvin. Nationals lose 8-2. Don't get me started. I think we're going to be fine with Brad Lord. Again, Brad Lord's coming off of 2 starts this year. Well, Brad Lord started the year as a starter. No, started the year in the bullpen, then got moved to the rotation, and then injuries put him back in the bullpen. Or guys coming back from injuries put him back in the bullpen. Brad Lord has made 2 starts since the Trevor Williams injury. Brad Lord is pitched against the Reds, where he went 4 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. And then the Astros game went 5 1/3, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. He took a perfect game again into the 5th inning. Great stuff out of Brad Lord. Criminally underrated pitcher in the league. I think he's going to get the 3 outs. Sal Frelick, Contreras, Vaughn, Yelich. Yeah, we should be fine. I know these guys have been on fire. They're not scoring runs in the first inning in back-to-back games, I don't think. I actually didn't score in the first inning in game 1, but the Nats did, actually. I think we're fine. Brad Lord's got good enough stuff. Flip side, I'm not concerned at all about Jacob Mizorowski finding outs against the Nationals. He's gonna throw against 3 lefties. That's okay. CJ Abrams is great. He went 0 for yesterday. I'm not concerned. James Wood, I've been concerned for a while. Wood's average is down to 260. Oh, wow. We're screwed. Wow, we're screwed. His average is down to 260. It's unbelievable. Luis Garcia's batting the 3. I guess he'll stay there. That's fine. Nathaniel, God, look at this lineup yesterday, man. CJ Abrams 0 for 4. By the way, the Nats had 2 hits yesterday, so they're not scoring in the first inning. Abrams 0 for 4. Wood 0 for 4. Garcia 0 for 4. Bell 0 for 2. Lowe 0 for 3. What's new? House 0 for 3. Lyle 1 for 3. Radams 0 for 2. RH3 1 for 3. Yikes. Nats lose 8-2 yesterday. They get out hit by 13 hits compared to the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee with 15 hits. Nats with 2. It's a joke. So no runs are going to be scored in the first inning. We know for a fact the Nats aren't going to score. James Wood is just ice cold. Abrams is great, but no one's going to knock him in. Garcia is probably going to take some stupid-looking swings against Mizorowski. And for as much as they love Josh Bell, Bell's probably not going to knock in CJ, so we're going to be okay. And Brad Lord, yes, does face the tougher task. I do believe in Lord to come through. The one guy, though, who's playing really well for the Nats is Dalen Lyle, but the other one, Lyle's not great in the field. Robert Hassel III. Haha. We don't have to deal with RH3 today because he's not batting in the top 3. They still got RH3 batting in the 9, which I think needs to be adjusted soon. But Robert Hassel III is so back, man. I mean, there's not much good I can make out of yesterday's game. There's not much good I can make out of the entire 2025 MLB season for the Washington Nationals, other than that really cool Jacob Young bobblehead. I mean, that's some good stuff. But RH3, man, yesterday, another home run. Robert Hassel has 100% proven that he is a Major League Baseball player. And now he's making the push to be in the outfield over Dalen Lyle. I mean, for starters, obviously Hassel is a much better fielder than Dalen is. Dalen sometimes does get a little lost in the outfield. At the plate, Lyle has always been considered the better hitter, but if Hassel, who again has not been in the bigs for as long as Lyle has, but if Hassel can continue to hit really well, as he had an RBI double in Friday's game, and then obviously the 2-run home run, the only runs driven in yesterday by the Nationals was RH3's home run. If Hassel can continue to produce at the plate, he might find himself in a starting role. Now, obviously, Jacob Young's involved as well, and Dylan Cruz is probably going to be back on Monday, but I do think RH3 needs to continue to play every single day. We can't forget this guy's 23 years old, and we also can't forget at one point in time, Robert Hassel was the main prize of the Juan Soto trade. Robert Hassel was a top 10 prospect in baseball at one point, and there's a reason for that. Sure, again, he had his struggles throughout AA and AAA, but as he got called back up, RH3's average in AAA was in the 310s. He's back at the major league level, average is back in the 240s. He plays a plus glove defensively, and his bat's starting to come out really well too. I'm just saying, this guy RH3 is going to be a good baseball player for the longest time, I think, for a long time. And here's the thing too with the Nats, we always forget these guys are so young, and that's what makes this entire rebuild so frustrating, because we have young talent, but we refuse to put good veterans and free agents around them. Because guys like Nathaniel Lowe are still playing first base. I don't mean to harp on Nathaniel this much. I'm sure Nathaniel, he seems like a great human being. I don't know what happened when he left Texas for DC. It's not like Robert Garcia is doing much better for the Rangers. I saw the Rosarena home run yesterday. But it's just like, why? Why have you just become horrible now all of a sudden? You were supposed to help guide the young core. Maybe I expected too much at a Nathaniel Lowe. I'm so sick of it, man. But no, I'm glad RH3 is playing well. I really am. You know, if I can get anything out of this 100-loss season, it's that Robert Hassel's playing good baseball. Nah, we'll be like 71-91, like we are every single year. Man, oh man. Third money line of the day. So, right, there's a reason for this, right? Because we did the Nationals bet and the Nerfie. We just combined it today. We haven't done a Nationals Nerfie actually all season long. Thought today was going to be the right time to do it, and I do believe, again, we're going to cash on that. I normally, and the reason actually why I've stayed away from Nationals Nerfies all year long is because of Abrams and Wood. I'm still scared about Abrams, but I love James. I think he's going to be all right. He's not hitting the ball well right now, so I don't got to concern myself with James Wood. But maybe I'm cursed on Nationals bets, and today will be the day James Wood hits a first-inning home run off of Jacob Mizorowski. If that happens, I'll have mixed feelings, but I'll be happy, even though we'll be losing. Anyways, so with that, I get to do a third money line. I don't know why the A's are underdogs, but let's go, right? Yeah, love it. Really love the A's in the spot here. Diamondbacks Athletics, the series 1-1 going into this one. The D-backs were on their huge losing streak. They finally won a game yesterday, 7-2 over the Athletics. Zach Gallen pitched a good game. It is what it is. I'm going with the A's to win the third game of this series. For a couple reasons. First of all, it is Eduardo Rodriguez. I understand Rodriguez has had his fair share of decent starts this season, especially just 2 starts ago against the Houston Astros, where he went 6 1/3 innings of 6-hit and 0-run baseball, even though his team ended up losing that game 3-1. And although the D-backs have not won a baseball game that Rodriguez has pitched in since June the 23rd. So he's pitched in 5 games since that White Sox victory, lost to the Marlins, lost to the Royals, lost to the Padres, lost to the Astros, and lost to the Tigers. What did he do in that last start at Comerica in Detroit, Michigan? Well, Rodriguez went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits and 5 runs, and 2 home runs as well. Okay, guys, Rodriguez has struggled enough this season. He looked so much better in the month of June, actually. 1.98 ERA in the month. It had me believing, even like, especially in that Mariners start and the White Sox start to it, had me believing that, okay, Eduardo Rodriguez is throwing very good innings for the D-backs. Maybe he can become a real part of the rotation again. Well, no, the month of July's happened, right? I mean, look at that Royals start. The Royals are no juggernaut offensively. Eduardo Rodriguez in 4 1/3 innings gives up 12 hits and 9 runs against the 2025 Kansas City Royals. Oh, like, and yeah, the Astros start was really good, but here's the thing, guys. Eduardo Rodriguez going to Sacramento. Oh, that's not good. The A's swing, okay? And some nights they fall right on their ass, but they will swing, and they're going to try to hack the baseball, okay? But the main part of this, it's a day game in Sacramento. Oh, man. Guys, at max, there is a 1-day game played in Sacramento per week because it's too damn hot. And that's going to happen in Vegas. Well, they're going to have the roof, so it's not going to matter. They're going to have a dome. But there's a reason they play 1-day game a week in Sacramento. It's too hot, and as a result of that, this isn't why they don't do it, but it's just too hot. But when they do play day games in Sac, the ball flies. Air's thin, and it's hot out. And it's a short. There's short fields. Short fences is what I'm going for. Eduardo Rodriguez has given up at least 3 home runs today. And if he doesn't give up those 3 home runs, it's because he got pulled before he was given the opportunity to. Because the A's have got like 5 runs by then. Guys, I don't see this going well for Eduardo Rodriguez at all. I just don't. A's are going bullpen game today. Their opener will be Jack Perkins. Perkins likely only going 3 or 2 innings today. Perkins is a 2.75 ERA coming out of Komoko, Indiana. Perkins has been decent enough. We're going to see this A's bullpen. Yikes. Obviously, it got much worse with Mason Miller, obviously the Reaper, going to San Diego. I don't like the matchup for Eduardo Rodriguez at all. I get it. The A's are without their all-star shortstop in Jacob Wilson, and you have a lot of lefties in the lineup, obviously, right? You get Lawrence Butler. You get their rising star, who's been one of the best hitters in baseball this season, in Nick Kurtz. Kurtz is great, man. That dude's an absolute monster. Brent Rooker, obviously a righty. Langlear's righty. Soderstrom lefty. I just like the A's in this matchup. I think Eduardo Rodriguez is going to give up the long ball a lot tonight. And I get it. The D-backs, right? They trade Naylor. They trade Eugenio Suarez, both to Seattle. There's still guys in the lineup. However, guys, the drop-off from the top 4 guys in the lineup to everyone else is so crazy. Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Gerardo Perdomo, and Lourdes Gurriel. Then you go to... Oh, man, you go to Adrian Del Castro, Tyler Locklear, James McCann. Oh, I forgot he's on this team. Alec Thomas, who can hoop, and then Blaze Alexander. James McMahon will have his nights, but, man, I don't like it. I don't like it. And on top of that, Eduardo Rodriguez is pitching today. Guys, this doesn't result in a good outcome today for the Snakes, okay? Give me A's money line at home. I'm going with the Athletics at plus 100 to win the game. Again, they are underdogs to get it done. I'm going with the A's at home. Let's move on to the final best bet of the video. Let's go to Sunday Night Baseball. My favorite play from Sunday Night Baseball. Yeah, we're going Bryce Harper again. Okay. Eventually, we got to win with Bryce, right? Eventually. Now, I feel like every time I pick Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases, he does it the very next game. You go back to when Harper hit that 350th home run. I said Harper was going to do it the night before. He goes 0 for that night. Next night hits the home run for number 350. 2 days ago on Friday, I had Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases, but he gets ejected in that game. Nice. Yesterday, Bryce Harper hits a home run, cuts the lead to 2. Shout out Kyle Finnegan, though, getting that save in Philadelphia. Absolutely love it. My God, love Kyle Finnegan. Let's go, Bryce. Let's put back-to-back games together, okay? Bryce Harper, I say it all the time. It's a guy who shows up when the moments are brightest, or when the lights are brightest, right? Harper this season is a 270 hitter. If it wasn't for the injury, Bryce Harper, I do believe, would be in MVP talks right now, even though, it's Shohei Ohtani. He pitches and hits, so it's great, whatever. I mean, honestly, though, for as much as I want to hate on Shohei, there's literally nobody else who can win that award this season. PCA doesn't deserve it. James Wood has fallen off a cliff. Soto's Soto. I might have to start, this is going to pain me because he's a Philly, but I might need to start hyping up the Kyle Schwarber for MVP campaign, guys. I might need to do it. Honestly, But yeah, we might need to be talking about Kyle Schwarber winning the MVP. I'd rather Schwarber win the MVP than Ohtani. Man, 37 home runs. Give it a Schwarber, man. Give it a Schwarber. Anyways, Bryce Harper's still having a really good season. Again, injury and all. Harper batting 270, 16 home runs, 47 RBI. I do believe Bryce is going yard today. Why do I believe Bryce is going yard today? Charlie Morton's on the mound, right? You thought we were going to go a video without talking about an unk? Nope. Here we go. Welcome back to the unction. Charlie Morton, 41 years of age. I get it. Morton's been pitching a little bit better recently. I guess ERA's down to 4.91 in the month of July. ERA the season's to 5.42. I don't like it. Little surprised the Tigers went out and traded for Morton. I mean, I was just scrolling through Tigers Twitter fan pages or whatnot today because I just wanted to see the reaction to my guy Kyle Finnegan coming through and getting them a huge 4-out save today. And Tigers Twitter and social media is more than ecstatic about Kyle Finnegan. I'm reading, oh, Kyle Finnegan is our savior in the bullpen. Oh, I love Kyle Finnegan. I'm like, yeah, you will love Kyle Finnegan. That's my guy, man. I want the Tigers to win the World Series. But anyways, Tigers fans are not excited for Charlie Morton, okay? I believe Morton's getting blown up tonight. I don't think there's a pathway to Philly's money line unless you want to play the juice at minus 185. I don't like that. We're going to go with Bryce Harper instead. I think Harper's taking Morton yard, okay? That's what I believe. I think Harper's going back-to-back or hitting home runs in back-to-back games today. It's just Morton's a righty, doesn't throw all the best stuff. Career-wise against Bryce Harper, yeah, Bryce Harper bats 414 career-wise against Charlie Morton. I knew it was crazy. I needed to check it. Yeah. Now, Morton has walked Harper 11 times, so Bryce has 12 hits off of Morton. He's 12 for 29, and he's actually walked 11 times against Morton as well. Only one career home run, though, against Charlie Morton. One triple and one double, so if you're counting at home, that means 9 singles for Bryce. But again, 414 average, 561 OBP, 621 slug, 1.182 OPS. Yeah, Harper sees the ball really well against Charlie Morton. And oh, by the way, Alec Boehm bats 448 against Morton as well. That's, wow. And Schwarber bats 304. That's why the Phils are such big favorites. And also, again, it's a combination of Christopher Sanchez and, yeah, well, just Morton is a dinosaur. I believe Bryce is going to come through for us today. I think it's going to be a home run, but if, history in the past is to tell us anything, it's that, yeah, Bryce has hit really well against Charlie Morton. So why would today be any different, right? And, right, Bryce Harper is a player. Big-time stars and big-time players show up in big-time moments. Bryce Harper, again, signifies the big moment. So Harper's going to come through for us today. Harper's either going to have multiple base knocks or just one extra base knock, and we will get it done. It'll be Bryce Harper over 1.5 total bases here on Sunday Night Baseball from the bank in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania against Unk Dinosaur Charlie Morton and the Detroit Tigers. So, folks, thank you all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for Sunday, August 3rd. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Make sure to join us in a couple hours on Greedo Plays MMA for UFC Fight Night, Dolidze versus Hernandez predictions, and, again, for other content on Greedo Plays MMA later in the week. Folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba, forever.